What's happening, guys? This is Mike's Total Dragon Channel. I just got back from my local comic book shop. They were running some really awesome deals, so I bought a ton of stuff, variety of trade paperbacks, a bunch of kind of not really brand new back issues, but recent back issues. Got almost a short box worth of stuff, so I wanted to get home and make a quick, maybe not quick because it's almost a short box full. I wanted to show everything I got. I probably spent too much money. In fact, I know I did, but I was, it's such a good deal. Sometimes you see sales and stuff, and it feels wrong to just pass it up. So definitely, I think that's something that every comic book fan has done at some point, spent more money than they should have. But, it's all in fun. So I'll take a look at everything I got. I'll go ahead and pull everything out. Managed to pick up this first issue right here. You Won't Feel a Thing, the new Scott Snyder and Jock. I got that. I heard good things about it. It was really discounted. Magic #1 variant, David Nakayama. Frank Cho, Catwoman. You could never go wrong with Frank Cho. One of my favorite miniseries from last year, Beneath the Trees. I highly recommend this book here. If you're someone that's into like a Dexter style show or something like that, serial killers and serial killer podcasts and stuff are really popular. So if you're someone who's into that type of thing, this is the book for you. And the big twist on it is they're happy little funny animals. So just imagine Richard Scarry's line of books meets Dexter, and you got Beneath the Trees. New Gods #1. I didn't want to pick that up at regular price, so I managed to get it at a discount. Birds of Prey. More Birds of Prey. More Birds of Prey. Hyde Street. These are always good for like one-shot style stories. Lucky Devils. I did read 8 Billion Genies, and I thought it was really cool until the very last issue. I don't think they stuck the landing on that book, but I saw they were back again for another ride here with this book called Lucky Devils. The cover here looks insane, so I figured I'd pick it up. Creepshow anthology book. These are always fun to pick up. Most of the time you get at least one or two good stories in there. And if you're paying full price for these, that can kind of suck. You spend $4 on a book and you get one good story out of 4. That's not good value. But when you come across them and they're on discounts, that kind of takes the sting out if you get a book that lays a bunch of duds. Up next, I got Psylocke, the first 4 issues of it. I read issue 1, and it was okay. But since I was able to pick up 1 through 4 on a discount, I decided to grab them again. Captain America Truth trade paperback. This is the classic story, or the classic miniseries they put out. I want to say it was in either 99 or 2000, maybe 01, something like that. That talks more in depth about the super soldier program and its origins. And then I picked up a ton of Action Comics from issue 1068 all the way to issue 1080 or 1081. So I got a whole bunch of those on a deal. If you can't tell, I'm a sucker for a deal. I got first 3 issues of our Catwoman book. I think this is the beginning of the all-in for Catwoman. And the lady who wrote it, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce her name, but I know she was writing the Valkyrie, or the, oh gosh, what's her name? She was Thor for a while. Anyway, she's Valkyrie now, and then she was also writing a Jane Foster. That's her name, Jane Foster Thor, when Jane Foster went from being Thor to being Valkyrie, she was writing that book, and she was also, I think she still is writing a Red Sonja book. So I wanted to check out her Catwoman, DC Pride one shot, Aquaman #1. Get to see what all the hubbub is about that. Rogue #1. I already have a copy of this, but I can stick that one I've got, the J. Scott Campbell. I can stick that in my variants box, and this will be the one that I read. Rocketeers #1. Someone said this is kind of like a Fantastic Four style, or the Incredibles, along, you know, something along that lines. A family or a group of friends or whatever as scientific explorers. So I figured I would give it a shot. Local Man trade paperback. I read this when it was coming out. I really enjoyed it, especially if you're someone who was reading comics during the 90s when they had all these crazy Image style extreme teams. You know, it's kind of a good call back to it. Marvel 2-in-1, Thing and Human Torch. This is the Chip Zdarsky book that they had out before the Fantastic Four launched. Chip's got a real good feel for the dynamic of Johnny and Ben. I love Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo's Greatest Adventures. This also has a whole bunch of the team-up stories where Scooby-Doo would team up with, you know, Superman or Batman or, you know, whoever it is. Sometimes he meet the Jetsons, you know, like this one he meets the Jetsons and Flintstones. Here's one where he teams up with Ace and Crypto. So I'm a big Scooby-Doo fan, and I've actually read that the Scooby-Doo team-ups and the Scooby-Doo Batman miniseries are some of the consistently best books that DC puts out. I mean, obviously Scooby-Doo you can't expect with so much, but they always really capture the feel of the cartoon and those heroes that he teams up with. Darkwing Duck trade paperback. I love Darkwing Duck. I was a big fan of that as a kid. Hellfire Gala Red Carpet Collection. This is the big hardback. I got this at 50% off. Deadpool Maxi Edition. This is when Gail Simone was writing on the book. Chrononauts, the Mark Millar miniseries. It's 4 issues. I got these were 50 cents each, so $2 for a miniseries. AWA miniseries, Bad Mother. I don't remember if I read this, but I do like Mike Diodato art. I did read this one, Grindel, Kentucky. This was a really cool miniseries, so I got a chance to pick it up, and it was all the trade paperbacks that were used were marked down, so this was $2.50. Aquaman, Tom and Tide by Peter David. Can never go wrong with him. I picked up a couple more of the Poison Ivy. I read issues 1 through 25, then hopped off right before the All-In relaunch. Poison Ivy by G. Willow Wilson. I enjoyed it, so I had a chance to pick these up. Heavily discounted, so I figured why not. Cobra Commander, picked this trade paperback up. I read the miniseries and I liked it, and so I figured I would have the trade paperback in case Josh Williamson ever comes to a con I'm at. I can get him to sign it. Same with this Scarlet trade paperback. Let's see, what else did I get? A couple issues of this Two-Face, this new Two-Face miniseries. This came out. I was very hesitant about picking it up initially. I'm glad I waited. I was able to get all 3 for a real good price. I saw that Erica Schultz, who I recently discovered, is writing this Daredevil Red Band book. The Red Band stuff isn't really my cup of tea, but I'm a big fan of her writing, so I picked this up, gave it a shot. Let's see what else we have. Sabretooth, issues 1 and 2. Batman Off-World, 4, 5, and 6. Now I just need to get 1, 2, and 3. I got a couple issues of the Jenny Sparks series. So I got 1, 3, and 5. So I'm going to have to fill those in. And then, last but certainly not least, this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 40th Anniversary one-shot. And basically what this looks like it has in it is a bunch of turtle stories from all the different iterations of it. Different versions we've seen on TV and in comic books. All collected here to celebrate 40 years of the Turtles. So, all in all, it was a really big haul of comics I got. Got a lot of reading to do. Sales like that don't come along very often. So I just decided to go and hop on it. I bought a lot more stuff that I should have. A lot of stuff that I was hesitant to try initially. But that's the joy of finding stuff on sales. You know, you take a shot on something that you wouldn't pay full price for. And, you know, hopefully you get some good deals, or something that you weren't reading. You read those issues and you say, oh, okay, now I know this is good. This is something that I can, you know, start reading regularly. But I got a lot to read and a lot to report back on. So I better go ahead and get started. You guys take care. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.